program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Phi and Golf. Now, of course, just to start off this break, talking about yesterday, I already mentioned about the election commissioner that has to be selected and such. Now, of course, yesterday the candidates has already finished. They're not accepting any more candidates. However, on the legal side, the Supreme Court judges will actually have to find two of the election commissioners to actually be served in the election commission. So yesterday there has already been a selection that has been made. One person is nominated already. Well, I guess you cannot say nominated anymore. He's already been selected. Exactly. Now, of course, this is Kun Supachai Somjaran. There has been a report yesterday that there has been 136 of the Supreme Court judges got together in order to make this particular selection. Now, there has been a talk that the General Assembly of the Supreme Court judges voted for Kun Supachai Somjaran. And of course, when they voted for this, what they did is they got together. However, each of the judges can submit no more than 4 of the nominee. And what they would do afterward is they would find the last 2 that get the most votes, and the person that would get to be the candidate would have to have their votes more than half of all the voters. So that means that if you get less than that, they're going to have to re-vote again. Of course, the last 2 that the name that came up is Kun Supachai Somjaran and Kun Chayasit Trachu Tham. However, in the end of the session, Kun Supachai Somjaran has won this particular voting. Now, they say that the General Assembly of the Supreme Court judges will hold another meeting on October the 9th to select another nominee to add into the selection of the election commissioners, of course. And the other 3 election commissioner or election commission members are to be nominated by the selection committee of 7 members. The 7 members comprise of the president of the Supreme Court, the president of the Constitution Court, the president of Supreme Administrative Court, the speaker of the House of Representatives, the leader of oppositions, 1 person elected by the General Assembly of the Supreme Court judges, while another person elected by the General Assembly of the Supreme Administrative Court judges. So there will be all 5 nominees altogether to form this election commission. So at this point, we probably going to have to see who will be the next person that will actually be able to be part of the Supreme Court judges' choice in terms of the election commission. But it seems like Kun Chayasit Trachu Tham coming up pretty, on the front list, on the top of a list, because he was just neck to neck with Kun Supachai Somjaran. So he might be another choice. At this point, this is just a guess, a wild guess based on whatever votes that they have. Of course, at this point, there has been a talk about the 16, or yesterday the 16th candidate that already submitted their willingness to actually join the election commission. So they have to talk about that once again to see, deliberate who would be the other 3 that will be selected from the other side of the parties.
Yes, of course, that was one of the issues that we'll keep a close watch on. And another one which has have to be wait any longer. The royal endorsement on the charter change bill that the Prime Minister Kun Yingluck Shinawatra was expected to present for royal endorsement for His Majesty the King's royal assent today. They said that October the 1st.
Yeah, because they don't want to go overboard. Remember, they have 20 days only, so they have to do it fast.
However, there was pressure from various sides, including the Democrat Party and some of the senators, the 40 senators group. Yesterday, there were various sides that come out to express their opinions, starting from the เพื่ พื่อไทย party side คุณพงเทพเทพกาญจนา the deputy prime minister said that it's the prime minister's duty and she is necessary to present the royal endorsement as soon as possible because this can't wait any longer as I said while คุณพีรพันธ์พาลุสุข he's the Science and Technology Minister and also belonging to the lawyer team of the Pheu Thai Party. He commented about the role of the Constitution Court, saying that now the Constitutional Court might have overextended its power over the legislature. So now the lawyer team of the Pheu Thai Party said that they were considering the dissolution of the Constitutional Court. That should be part of the Supreme Court.Meanwhile, Kun Amnoi Klangpa, the coalition chief whip, said that 2 of the 3 proposed charter amendments had already been vetted and put on the parliamentary agenda for voting. The 2 are Article 68 on overthrowing the political system and another, the 190 article on international agreements.While Article 237 on party dissolution is being vetted and should be ready for a vote next month. So probably there were a lot of articles and the contents of the Constitution that were tabled for discussion in the near future.
Oh.
Meanwhile, คุณพงเทพเทพกาญจนาalso assured that the Prime Minister had to present this particular charter change bill for royal approval by this particular week, while the Constitutional Court said that they might be start considering the deliberation process of this petition filed by Democrat members and the senators group within tomorrow, October the 2nd.The
thing is, technically, you have 20 days. You don't have to do it.
Rush to do it
within this week.
Right?
But of course, like I could see why they would like to get it, over with and such, because obviously there's so many arguments and opposition in terms of this particular bill, whether or not this is legal and such. So I don't know at this point. I think the political, system right here in Thailand.is there's too many loopholes and you can always interpret it in different ways, and I think that's one of the biggest problem. It's just so hazy that we don't even know what is correct and what is not anymore. And that's why we have to ask for the Constitutional Court to actually at least rule on it.
And as we talked about yesterday, that if the Constitutional Court had to act it in time before this particular charter change bill has been presented for royal endorsement, they have to act it like yesterday or today, right? And yesterday, the 40 senators group has once again go to the Constitutional Court presenting another petition asking for them to issue an injunction for this particular amendment bill that will hold the process of presenting this particular charter change to His Majesty the King's consideration.
Wow, they really pushed for it.
Led by คุณรสนาโตสิตกูล of course, and another in this particular group คุณสุมนสุตวิริยวัฒน์คุณสายกังกเวคิน They had filed a petition to คุณสมศักดิ์เกียรติสุรนนท์ the House Speaker, and คุณนิคมวยรัตน์พานิชto send this particular issue to the Constitutional Court to rule on the legality and also to issue a court injunction, and another group as well in different time in different group. However, there were the selected senator คุณคำนูนสิทธิสมานคุณสมเจตบุญถนอมคุณสุรจิตธีรเวช and also คุณสมชายแสวงการ the selected senator. They have been traveling to the Constitutional Court asking for the same reason.Right. For the court to issue an injunction on this particular amendment bill.
I'm not sure like how the situation in the parliament is at this point. It just seems that well, we know that there's no unity. That's a given, obviously. But in terms of the 40 senator group, as along with the opposition party, it seems like this particular case is the case that they're working on right now. Meanwhile, the prime minister are trying her best to make sure that the flooding situation is under control, because obviously it's not just situation inside the parliament itself. She has to, there's other things to actually look after. Exactly. So this is going to be, Pheu Thai Party will have to work very hard, that's for sure, in terms of the MPs to try to make sure that, in the parliament, they keep orders and everything falls into places. So
there were two choices. If they're not rushing to get these things done, they'll just extend the process until the situation in the provinces are settled.
Yeah, but they probably would like to push it. So we're going to have to wait and see. All right, so let's take a short break with that. And of course, Kun Shane will talk a little bit about the Prime Minister's and of course her trips, her many trips that already has been, talked of the town. A lot of people talked about that, and obviously there's probably, there's good reason for all those trips, obviously. So please stay tuned.